Imagine sitting in a room where everyone is laughing at a cruel joke or nodding along with an obvious lie. You know it's wrong, but no one else seems to care. In that moment, a heavy alarm goes off in your head. It's the fear of the social cost. Our brains are hardwired to equate consensus with correctness, making it physically uncomfortable to be the only person moving in a different direction. Prophet Lut, A.S., lived this reality on a scale that defined his entire existence, standing against a civilization that had collectively abandoned its conscience. His life proves that morality is never decided by a majority vote. Entire crowds can be completely corrupted, leaving the truth to be held by a single, solitary voice. Lut lived in a community that had completely lost its moral compass. Dishonesty was standard practice, corruption was celebrated, and every basic boundary of human decency was routinely broken. Amidst that darkness, he remained uncompromising. He refused to join in, acting instead as a persistent voice of warning against the societal norm. The community tried to silence him because his mere presence served as a mirror, exposing their lack of a moral compass. He accepted total isolation as a necessary condition for preserving objective truth. He chose to be alone rather than be accepted by a society in error. Pushing back against the tide is emotionally exhausting. It takes a massive psychological toll to keep your character pure when the world around you is pushing for corruption. Today, that struggle often manifests as a deep, quiet loneliness, or the mockery people face for holding on to their faith and modesty in public. Survival requires a mindset shift, recognizing that mockery cannot dismantle principles. Your character holds an objective value that pure validation can never provide. Feeling isolated does not mean you have lost your way. It often confirms that you are successfully standing your ground. This internal courage, the ability to stand firm even when you are entirely alone, is moral independence. The practical execution of that courage is boundary setting. It is the active process of distancing yourself from toxic influences before they take root in your own heart. You are often the average of your closest friends. When they define your norms, auditing your circle is a matter of moral survival. If they encourage bad habits, their influence is already transmitting to you. Protecting yourself requires withdrawing to find healthier company. Integrity is maintained through the active, ruthless curation of your environment. These same patterns of collective corruption now play out in the digital space. Just as Lut's community normalized the abnormal through sheer numbers, social media feeds can make harmful or degrading content feel standard simply because everyone is laughing at it. When friends share or laugh at that content, the test is your refusal to engage. You accept the risk of being called boring because your character is worth more than a like. Your values remain non-negotiable, regardless of who is watching or what the current trend dictates. Every seemingly small digital interaction acts as a micro-test of your ultimate moral independence. Prophet Lut's story stands as proof that righteousness requires no quorum. You only need the truth. Holding on to that truth means being the one who remains steadfast, even when the current of the crowd is pulling in the opposite direction. It is better to walk entirely alone in truth than to run with a massive crowd in error. If you are committed to staying true to your values, comment the word strong below. Like and subscribe to follow our Prophet series, and may Allah keep us all steadfast on the straight path.